How's it going, everybody? Ty Bowhunter back for this video. Is actually going to be in regards for tips on accuracy and my knowledge that I could pass on to any new archer or any archer who's been shooting for a little bit but still trying to pinpoint their accuracy. So in this video, what we're going to discuss is my 5 most important tips I can give to any new archer coming into the field in regards to making sure you're accurate. If you guys just do this or just do these tips, it's automatically going to make you a more proficient archer or bow hunter, whichever you choose to do in the archery field. You do need to work hard. You do need to get out there and practice, and so on and so on. The reason why I'm making this video now is because a fellow guy on my Instagram, which is Ty.Bowhunter, if anybody wants to go give it a follow and tell him you came to follow from my YouTube page, I'd be grateful on that. But there's many YouTubers out there like Sean's Outdoor Adventures, Average Shack Archery, I think even Whitetail Fit, and Cameron Haynes in one of his older videos, since he doesn't really post regularly on his YouTube really at all. He's mainly on Instagram. But they've all pinpointed their ideas of what everybody should do in archery for better accuracy, then put that into practice. The key word is always practice. Don't just preach something and not do it. You gotta, whatever you're preaching, make sure you follow with it. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna go get my bow out of the case and I'm gonna show you guys my tips on improving accuracy. Alright guys, so got my bow with me. I'm currently just putting on my release right now. I am inside because right now at 5:30 or 5:45 maybe, it is dark outside. So, and yeah, you can call it lazy on my aspect for not putting my stabilizer on or anything, but this is just a quick little video that I'm going to do for you guys. So alright, so my number one key now, tip number one, with your sight, I'm going to try to narrow it down into the camera. With your sight, you want to make sure, like with this one here, first off, let me cut myself out. I got a second and third axis movement on this sight. Most sights you're only going to get your second axis where you can move it in or out or up or down, but this one is a slider pin from Spot Hogg. It is the Fast Eddie XL, so I got the second and third axis adjustment, so that can make setting up your sight slightly more difficult. All depends, who knows. But the first thing you want to do is always make sure when your bow is in a press and it's all level, you want to make sure your sight isn't leaning this way or this way. You don't want to be pointing down or pointing up when you want to have it perfectly level on the most sturdy aspect of it. Or not so much sturdy, but the least amount of movement aspect on your sight. And then also your sight housing. You also want to make sure that's perfectly level this way, and not tilt into one side or to the other. That's what I've come to figure out. I've tweaked with this many times before when I was trying to sight it in, so I know with myself I have that exactly where it needs to be. So yeah, second point or tip I'm going to give, I'm going to grab an arrow for this to show you guys real quick, so one sec. So I am back with one of the few arrows that I have for my hunting setup, my Easton Axis. They are the 5mm. It's just one of the ones with still a field point to them because it wasn't going as straight as possible or as sound as possible when I was tuning it. So, but yeah, so this tip here is going to be center shot. You always want to have your bow perfect for your center shot. Now, everybody's center shot is going to be different no matter what. Now, when you look at mine, let me try to go right here and try to, you'll notice my sight is more so over to the left. So my center pin is more to the left than what my arrow and my rest is. Now, every shooter is going to be slightly different. This is just how mine tunes, and this is how I get the perfect shot every time. Some people are dead over top. Some people are more so on the right side, closer to the riser of your bow. Some are closer to the closer to the left side, or a bit beyond. Mine just tunes to a bit beyond, but when I'm holding dead center straight, that's exactly where my arrow is going to end up going. Now, tip number 3, let me take this arrow off so I can point it towards the camera closer. Tip number 3 is going to be your grip on your bow. Now, I've seen guys grip their bows like this, and when you're doing this, when your arrow, when you're in a hunting scenario, when you're about to release your arrow, you got a good chance of your broadhead, which is razor sharp to mention, hitting your fingers and cutting yourself pretty bad. And with this, you get a lot of movement in how you're holding it in this aspect. Now, what I like to do and what everybody recommends, you want to get this part of your palm here into your riser grip, or into your grip, I really should say, and then curl it in, just like this. So you're kind of out of the way of your arrow. Reason for that, you A, don't have the risk of cutting yourself, and B, you just get a firmer or a sturdier grip than what you would prior. Now, you don't want to white knuckling, my bad, your grip. You just want to have a nice, easy grip on your bow so you get less torque. Now, tip number 3, I'll put my arrow in and show you guys. It is going to be your anchor point. Everybody sets their anchor their own way depending on the type of release you use. I use a wrist release. So some guys, when they have for example, Nock On, John Dudley's silverbacks. Sometimes you're going to be like this, and you're going to sometimes be high or low. All depends on your anchor point. With if you got a similar wrist release like this, how I like to do it is that I would like to draw back, have my hand in a firm position as where it should, which you'll see here. I can easily move my fingers, I got no stress, and then I like to keep my index finger behind the trigger so I don't do a misfire. I like to have my knuckle of my thumb under my jaw and the knuckle of my index finger up on my cheek. That's what my anchor point likes to be at, and this is where it's going to stay. Now all I gotta do is look down, and I can easily see my sight and everything, no problems. Now the next thing is, some people, it differs for everybody, honestly. And it kind of goes in towards target panic, because that's what a lot of archers deal with. Now, how you saw when I was in full draw position, what I had was, I was pretty calm, pretty loose, pretty steady, and I didn't have much movement or anything. Maybe it's just because of the video it appeared like that, or maybe because my camera's kind of tilted upwards, which I just noticed now. But when you're looking down through your peep sight into your sight, then into your target, you want to be relaxed. You don't want to have tension, and you don't want to be like worried, oh my god, if I miss the target, where's it going? You want none of that. When you're first starting out, you're not always going to get the perfect bullseye shot that you may see with some archers on YouTube or on Instagram or even on TV. So my one tip for that there, because it also relates into target panic, would be when you're at full draw and you're kind of holding yourself in your spot, just take a breath, breathe in, and then think about where you want your arrow to go. When you think about it, as an archer, you shouldn't be guessing where it's going. You should know where it's going. So when it comes to target panic, when you're at full draw, staring down at your target, if it's a bag target, foam target, or a hunting scenario, don't panic. Take a breath. You're going to have adrenaline running through you nonstop anyways. So just take a breath, relax. Do one good deep breath. Focus on your target. Don't worry about nothing else around you. And then when the moment's right, then you release. So, and when you draw back and you don't feel like you're exactly set, there's never any shame if you let down. Take a breath, regather yourself, and then go again. So the only other one I could think of I should be stating first is in regards to tuning your bow, and that's just where your cable stop. But it also depends on how, if you're meeting at the exact same spot and if you got cambeling or whatnot, because if one's going faster than the other, it could move your arrow into another direction. So always make sure your bow is all tuned perfectly. So those would be my 4 tips in regards to better accuracy. And if you guys would like to see a video in regards to bow maintenance, more so, as I do currently have a video on bow maintenance, waxing your strings, which I may put up somewhere here, or an info card in the corner, or I don't know, something. I'm not real tech savvy, but I'll put that video out there for anybody who's wanting to know how to slowly work on their own bows. And yeah, all right guys, thank you for tuning into this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you guys didn't check out my previous video on my hunting public land whitetails, I think it's episode 4, I believe. I forget what episode I'm on there. Be sure to go check that out, as I'll have that at the end of the video for you guys to click on. And that red button down below that says subscribe, don't be afraid and hit that subscribe button and leave me a like and throw a comment down. If you like the video, throw any comments down on what may have helped you, or what tips you do that maybe I can put into another video. Use your guys' comments. Or yeah, go leave a like in the video if you enjoyed this video. If you didn't enjoy the video, put a thumbs down. I got no shame in seeing that. Hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, go follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Ty.Bowhunter. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed this. See you guys next time.